Like this video in the next 5 seconds or my player will die from the coronavirus. I would not risk it. What's up guys, 15k solo DF back with another video. Now today I'm going to be giving you guys the best signature styles and dribble tutorial on NBA2K20. I've dropped a few dribble tutorials in the past and I get a ton of feedback from people saying how much I've helped them and that my dribble tutorials are way easier to understand than others. So if you're struggling with dribbling, then you've came to the right place. So first I'm going to show you guys my signature styles and then we'll go into the dribble tutorial where I'll pop the controller up on the screen with arrows so that you can easily understand the moves that I'm trying to show you. But real quick, if you haven't already, make sure to drop a like on this video. Let's aim high for 5,000 likes. Also turn on post notifications. I'm going to be uploading and streaming a lot within the next week, so you don't want to miss out on that. And subscribe if you're new, but let's get into it. Alright, before I show you guys these signature styles, there's one setting that is really crucial to dribbling that I want you guys to make sure that you have on. So go to options, go to controller settings, and then you want to scroll down to pro stick orientation. And you want to make sure that this is on absolute. As you guys can see, camera relative, that is the default. So you guys are going to have it on camera relative. If you've never changed this before, just make sure it's on absolute. This will just help you dribble from all angles, like all around the court. It's hard to explain, just trust me, put it on absolute. Alright, so here are my dribble moves as you guys can see. But before I talk about them, I just want to say real quick, you guys can take these dribble moves, just click off the video, put them on your my player and move on. But I'm telling you guys now, you're gonna get the most out of this video if you watch the whole thing through, because if you're dribbling bad and you're dribbling like a bot before these moves, like these moves aren't going to turn you into an elite dribbler. You have to watch the dribble tutorial and know how to completely use each of these moves in a sequence. We're starting off with the dribble style. I use dribble style quick. There's two dribble styles that I like, Kyrie Irving and quick, but you know, I used to use Kyrie, now I use quick. Size up packages is actually one of the most crucial things for your signature styles. As you guys can see, I have on Pro 2. I've tried a ton of different size up packages out. Kobe Bryant I used at a time. There was a time where I used Allen Iverson. There's also a time where I used Kyrie Irving, but now I'm using Pro 2, and the reason for this is that I like the momentum crossover and I like the little side-to-side hezzy that you get with it, but I'm going to talk about that more in the dribble tutorial. Moving crossovers is Pro 2. I like the between the legs on that. Moving behind the backs, I use Pro 6. As you guys can see, I have a few different behind the backs, and this is actually one of the moves that I've changed since my last dribble tutorial. I just like how smooth Pro 6 is. You know, Pro 3 and Pro 5 are also good. Moving spins, I use basic 1. You know, you guys might be thinking like I should be using a pro spin or like, you know, one of these advanced spins, but actually for this you want to keep it simple and use basic 1, because like I'm going to show you guys in the dribble tutorial. It's hard to explain now because I can't really show you, but yeah, I'm going to show you guys the spin move in the dribble tutorial. Moving hesitations, I use Pro 3. You know, there's not really much to this move. Like, I haven't really tried out any other hesitations. Pro 3 is just the best one for guards. So I would recommend using Pro 3. Triple threat styles doesn't really matter. I just have on normal 3. I don't think I've ever changed this. But yeah, guys, these are my dribble moves. If you guys want my jump shot, I'll put the link to the video at the top of the description. Make sure to check that out. If you want my other shots, here they are. But yeah, man, let's get into the dribble tutorial. Alright, so now I'm in my court, and I'm going to start this dribble tutorial off the way that I start all of my dribble tutorials off, and that is by showing you guys how to do the momentum crossover. So this is just a beginner move, but it's really important to dribbling. So I'll pop the controller up on the screen. What you guys want to do is hold right trigger, and then the ball's in the right hand, as you guys can see. So I'm going to be going to the left with this move. So both my sticks are going to be pointing left. So right stick is going to go left, and left stick is going to go up and to the left, and it'll do a momentum crossover that looks like that. If I want to go to the right, right stick is going to go to the right, and left stick is going to go up and to the right. So the crucial thing is that the left stick has to go up and to the side that you want to go to. Like I said, I'm getting the beginner moves out of the way first for the more casual players, and then we're going to get into the more like elite combos, stuff like that. So this next move is the behind the back. You know, some people just don't know how to do it, because last year you just had to flick down on the right stick, but if you do that this year, it's going to give you like that. Like, it's just going to give you a hop back. This year, you want to go diagonal down to the right with the right stick. So it's not straight down, it's diagonal down to the right. You guys see the arrow. So I'm going to be going left with this behind the back, and right stick is going to go diagonal down to the right. So just like that. And if I want to go the other way, the right stick is going to go diagonal down to the left. Alright, so that was the basic behind the back, but there's actually a quicker behind the back that I break out sometimes. And so how you do this is the same way that you do the other one, but you don't touch your left stick at all. So you guys see the ball's in my right hand, so that means that I'm going to go diagonal down to the left with the right stick, hold right trigger, and it'll just look like that. You guys see how it was a much quicker one? Since they took that insane behind the back out of the game, you know, the misdirection one, you guys know what I'm talking about. This is a move that I like to throw in just like in replacement as the new explosive behind the back. All right, so now for the Sham God behind the back. So it looks like this. It's actually so easy to do. I can do it in both directions really easily. So the way that you do this, if you don't know how, is the same way that you do the behind the back. But you know, when you do the behind the back with your left stick, you're running in that direction and holding the left stick in that direction. But for the Sham God, you just want to flick your stick. So it's the same way as you did the behind the back. You're holding the right trigger. So the ball's in my right hand. I'm going to be going left. So left stick is going to go left and right stick is going to go diagonal down to the left. Just like that. You just flick the sticks. You guys can hear them flicking. You don't want to hold them because then you're just going to keep running with it. All you got to do is a flick. And same way in the other direction. You just flick the right stick down and to the right. And the left stick is going to go to the right. Alright, the dribble tutorial is not even halfway done, but I just want to see who's loyal and who is still watching. So go in the comments right now and just comment the word green light if you see this, if you are still watching this video. Alright, so this next move is not hard at all. This is probably the easiest move in the entire video, but this is with the Size packages Pro 2, and this is one of the reasons why I switched to Pro 2. I used to use, I think, Kyrie Irving or Allen Iverson. I'm not sure which one I used before this, but Pro 2, like, look at this. It might not look that good at first, but like this helps you guys crab people in the park much easier. If you guys don't know what I mean by that, if there's a defender like on the side of you or behind you and you just hit them with one of these, they're going to get stuck behind you and you're just going to have a wide open shot. This is like a more competitive move. Like if you're not like really too familiar with crabbing, then it's going to be harder. But trust me, like if there's a defender to the side of you and you just hit them with one of these, they're going to get stuck behind you and have an open shot. So how you do that is you hold right trigger and the right stick is going to go in the direction you want to go. So if I want to go to the right, I'm holding the right trigger, right stick is going to go to the right. And if I want to go to the left, right stick is going to go to the left. So I'll be dribbling, and then all of a sudden, I'll just break out a Pro 2 hezzy. And as you guys see, it's like a little change of pace. Like, I was going left, all of a sudden you're going right. It's just a quick move you guys could throw in here and there. All right, so for this next move, and I really shouldn't have to explain this, but if you guys don't know how to do a step back like this, basically when you're running in direction, just flick your right stick in that direction. So if I'm running right, flick your right stick in the right, it'll give you a little hezzy. So a lot of people ask me how when I'm dribbling, I just switch directions and just hezzy back and forth so quick. So I'm gonna show you guys how to do this. It's a really quick move and it'll help you zigzag back and forth if that's something that you want to do. So the first thing you want to know how to do is how to go between the legs. This is really simple. So the ball's in my right hand, I'm just standing still. Right stick is gonna go diagonal down to the right. If I want to do it the other way, right stick is going to go diagonal down to the left. So now that you guys know how to do the between the legs, basically you just want to do it between the legs to the right, run over this way, hezzy, between the legs to the left, hezzy, between the legs back, like, you know what I'm saying? Like just hezzy, and then between the legs in the other direction. And you guys actually will get a speed boost when you do the between the legs and run out of it. So that's another reason why I'm running so fast when I do this. Alright, now this is the last simple move that I just wanted to throw in here. If you guys don't know how to do a step back, just hold right trigger and flick down on the right stick. Alright, so I'm a pretty simple dribbler, you know, I just dribble to score, you know, I dribble effectively. But sometimes I will get, you know, I don't know, glitchy if you want to call it that. So basically, this move is going to be called like the up down Sham God. I don't even know what to call it, so that's what we're going to call it. So basically, if you're in the paint and you're running out of the paint, you just want to flick up down on your right stick. So you guys will see, ready? I'm running out, up down. And you're holding right trigger, by the way. So, you know, you're sprinting out of the paint. You want to flick up down on your right stick. And it looks like that. This is going to be pretty crucial for one of the other combos that I'm going to show you guys. So I just wanted to make sure that you guys know how to do that. And it also looks pretty cool. All right, so now for the half spin, which looks like this. This is just a way that I like to start a ton of my combos. And like, it's just a really important move to know. So for the half spin, you want to start on the bottom of your right stick, and you don't have to hold the right trigger or anything. It's just with the right stick. So if the ball's in your right hand, you want to start on the bottom of the right stick and spin it like a backward C shape from the bottom to the top, just like that. And if the ball is in your left hand, you want to spin it from the bottom of the right stick up to the top of the right stick, like you're making a C, starting from the bottom, and it'll look like that. All right, so now you guys know how to do the half spin. So for the half spin, you're starting on the bottom of the right stick, like I said. Now I'm going to show you guys how to do the spin back, which is a move that I get asked a lot about, like how do you do it, like it's not working, blah, blah, blah. So for the spin back, you want to start on the top of the right stick and spin downward. So let's say the ball is in my right hand, and something that I've noticed is that you want to be running towards the paint. Like if I run into the corner and do it, it's going to give me a weird animation. So just make sure you're running towards the paint when you want to do the spin back. So I'm going to sprint in, so I'm holding right trigger, and you're going to spin back starting from the top of the right stick down to the bottom of the right stick on the right side. So it'll give you a spin back. So if the ball is in your left hand, you want to run into the paint holding right trigger and spin back, making a C shape with your right stick. So now that you guys know how to do all of those moves individually, I'm going to try and teach you guys how to do something kind of that looks like this. So if you're like a casual player or new to the game, that was probably insane. And basically what I would say is that you guys want to take it step by step. So I'm starting this off with a half spin. Like I said, I like to start my combos off with the half spin. And if you guys forget how to do any of these moves, just go back in the video to the point where I was like talking about it and relearn it or whatever. Just keep doing it until you memorize how to do that move. So I'm starting off with a half spin, and then I'm gonna go with a between the legs or a crossover, whatever. It doesn't matter if I do a crossover or a between the legs, it's gonna give the same result. So you do the half spin, and then you do the between the legs or the crossover, and then the spin back. Okay, so just take it step by step until you learn it all. And then after you do the spin back, you're gonna do the up down Sham God move that I showed you guys. So you do the half spin, crossover, spin back, and then the up down move. And it's honestly not that hard once you just have to learn each of these moves individually, and then you can start comboing them together like I'm doing. But yeah, it's just learning each move individually. That's kind of the hard part at first, just memorizing how to do it on command. Like when you want to break out a half spin, you just know what to do, you know what I mean? So that's how you guys do that move. You might see me do this move a lot in the park and think that it's really glitchy, so I don't know, that's just how you do it. Now let me call for the ball back, and I'll show you guys how to do another one. This is one that I actually don't do a lot, but it's kind of the same. So you're going to start off with a half spin, and then another between the legs, and then I'm going to do a behind the back. You'll see. So half spin, between the legs, and then a behind the back. This one's actually really easy. I mean, it's not really easy, but it's easy compared to the other one. So half spin, between the legs, and then just a behind the back. I'm trying to think of more moves to show you guys, but I honestly think I covered a lot of them. Like, let me know if I missed out on anything, because I will answer every single comment that I see. But basically, you just want to learn them individually, and then you could start doing things like this. Like you could do a momentum and then a behind the back right after it, or you could do a momentum and then like a Sham God, or I don't know. Like there's just a ton of different things you guys can do, and you just got to get in your my court and practice. Alright, so there are actually some moves that would just take way too long to explain in this video. So for example, this move, which I call the solo hop, that's like my signature move. I have a video on that, so it would be way too long. This video would just be way too long. So I'll put the video link to the solo hop tutorial in the top of the description, along with my jump shot link. And I'll also put a link to a video that show you guys how to set your feet quick. You know, a lot of people just hezzy around like this and then shoot off of the hezzy. But if you guys want to do something like this, which is called a peekaboo, or even if I get the ball back, I'll show you guys how to do it. Or you could do something like this, which is called the quick stop. Now I'm going to put a bunch of these videos in the description, so if you guys want to check them out, like I'll just put a bunch of helpful videos in the top of the description for you guys. But yeah, man, I'm just trying to help you guys out as much as possible. So like I said, leave any comments, any questions you guys have. If you're still watching the video, go in the comments right now and just comment the word loyal, because I want to know who's loyal and who actually made it to this point. But yeah, man, I'm grinding for this 20K, which is the next milestone that I'm looking forward to. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure to drop a like, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.
I know some haters is mad cause I did the dash. Lightning McQueen. I know like 20 bitches that's addicted to me. She wanna fuck but I left her on scene. It's just a beginning like Adam and Eve. I tried to tell them they wouldn't believe. Now I'm living everything that I dream. Just like a cab, I got bitches on me. Next up.